Okay, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to my class. This is English class of speaking and listening. So I think a good balance between the two skills is very important. And my home lesson will be mainly divided into 4 parts. Part 1, warming up. Part 2, listening comprehension. Part 3, challenge to talk. And Part 4, assignment. Just as the saying goes, well begun is half done. I think a good start is very important in any lesson. So theme-related warming-up activities should be firstly introduced in order to attract students' attention, stimulate their interest, alleviate their language learning anxiety, and more importantly, let them know what they are going to learn in the specific class. And in this video clip, concerning this video clip, my warming-up activity is designed like this. We know in language learning, there are some vocabularies. They have the normal meaning, and also as far as computers are concerned, they have computer meanings such as mouse, menu, window, address, crash, and hardware. So I will design some statements and ask students to fill in the blanks using the normal meanings and the computer meanings respectively. So they know, okay, this lesson we're going to learn probably is about internet. And as far as part 2, listening comprehension is concerned, it's going to be divided into 4 parts: listening for main idea, vocabulary explanation, listening for details, and listening strategy. Now, normally language teachers prefer to put vocabulary first, but here I'd like to put listening for main idea first, because I'd like to deliver a message to my students. That is, you should focus on main idea instead of each single word in listening comprehension, especially during the first time. And as far as this video clip is concerned, I have designed 3 questions. They are all concerned with the main idea. Number 1 is, how has the web affected Africans in the 20 years since creation? 2, what's people's attitude respectively toward internet? 3, can you give a title of this video clip? 4, what has the web brought to us? And after I play the video clip for the first time, they will have certain grasp of information, and then I will check the work. Then I will move on to section 2, vocabulary explanation. I think vocabulary is just like the root of a tree. If the root is broken, the tree will die. The same is true with language learning. If students do not have a solid foundation in vocabulary, I think they can hardly improve their language ability. And in listening comprehension, if the new keywords are not explained, probably that will be great language obstacles for students to completely concentrate on the content and grasp the information. So I think it's my duty to help students to clear the unnecessary language obstacle. And as far as this video clip is concerned, I'm going to explain transform, spread, curse, blessing, stunning, digital revolution, breakthrough, and virtual. And then I will move on to section 3, listening for details. Because listening for main idea is not enough for the whole understanding. They need to know something more in order to form a whole and a clear picture concerning the specific title. So as far as this video clip is concerned, I have also drawn several questions. They are all concerned with the details. 1, where is the birthplace of our mankind? 2, how many populations are now all around the world has been online? 3, why did the female traveler go to Africa? And until now, I have finished listening for main idea, vocabulary explanation, and listening for details. And the students will have a much better understanding toward this video clip. And then I will move on to the last section, that is listening strategy. Distinguishing signal words. Words like but, however, although give a signal, the speaker is going to say something different from what has been said. And the words like and, besides, only add something similar to what has been said. So the ability to recognize the signal words will be of great importance in understanding a text better. And since this is listening as well as speaking class, so speaking is necessary, then I will move on to part 3, challenge to talk. And I have choose group work, the form. The topic for the students to talk will be, what's the advantage and disadvantage of the internet? And then I will divide the students into groups of 4, and I will ask them to choose one as the reporter. And while the students are practicing, I will walk around the classroom to offer some help if they ask for. For example, correcting their wrong pronunciation. Even remind them to talk in English instead of Chinese, because a lot of students prefer to use a lot of Chinese in the speaking section. And after a certain time, 5 or 10 minutes, when they are ready, I will invite 2 or 3 groups to come to the blackboard, the reporter, and show us their group discussion result. And while the reporter is performing, I will not just stand by, I will take some notes about their good points and their weak points. And when the person finishes, first of all, I will praise them the good points, so other classmates can learn something good from the reporter. And then I will point out their mistakes, hoping no one in the class will make the same mistakes anymore. And then we come to the final part, that is assignment. Well, as far as assignment is concerned, I will ask the students to make a report or write a paper. The topic is, what is your personal view on the internet? A very simple topic. And in the coming lessons, I will invite some students also to come to the blackboard and show us their opinions on their, do the one-person presentation about this topic. So this is my general plan for teaching this video clip to my students. And my expectation is that they can show their personal ideas towards the advantage and disadvantage of the internet, because internet is widely used nowadays in our modern society, in our life. So it has brought a lot of advantages to all the students. It provides us a lot of information. And also, it brings the distance of people closer and closer. But on the other hand, it also creates, a lot of young people, they are so addicted to computers. So that is not good. So I just hope the students, they can think about this topic and show us their ideas to all the rest of the classmates. So this is my general plan for teaching this video clip and the title of my students. And thank you very much for listening.
Well, thank you for your presentation. I have 2 questions for you.
Okay.
The first is about the content of the video clip.
Mm-hmm.
Second is about classroom management. Now, first, in the video clip, the journalist says the web is a defining technological revolution of our lifetimes. Now, she used the term defining technological revolution of our lifetimes. What do you think she means, and how would you explain the meaning to your students?
Yeah, thank you very much for your question. The web is the defining technological revolution of our lifetime. I think, it means the internet has made great changes to our lives. So, and we know nowadays about 2 billion population all around the world, they are online. So, the internet actually has is the smartest brain in this world, and it has facilitated the communication among all the humanity, all the human beings. So this is a great, technological revolution of our modern society. So this term, defining, I think is mainly focused on the good side of the internet, what it has brought to our daily life. So that is my personal idea.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, the second question, if you use this video clip in your class, now, why do you think this particular video clip is good for teaching English listening and speaking ability, for English speaking and listening for your students in terms of language, content, visuals, and so on and so forth?
Okay, thank you very much for your question. Well, I think this video clip is good because it has brought in the authentic teaching materials for the students, because I think nowadays almost everyone is very familiar with the topic internet. So this is the authentic material which is very familiar to students' daily life. So when they see this kind of topic, they will be more willingly to be engaged in the classroom, and they will be, their interest will be stimulated by something they are familiar with. So I think in our language teaching, we normally choose some material or some teaching materials the students are familiar with, so they will be fully engaged and their interest will be stimulated and they will take initiative to learn. So as far as this topic is concerned, I think it's good, just mainly because it provides the authentic material for teaching.
What about the language?
The language, in the latter part of this video clip, some speaker, they showed their different personal ideas toward this, the internet. So the language is quite easy to catch, in my opinion. I remember Bill Gates said the internet has something like brought the communication between the human beings easier. And another man say, internet is the smartest brain in this world. And another man say, it's an empowering tool, more potential than any other human civilization has ever been made. So I think this kind of language shows their personal ideas, but I think students can be easily to catch the main idea. So the language is also good.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.